All right. I was just commenting with Randy how we love this slide because it's so fun to it's so happy. And we love our happiness, that's for sure. So every morning, as we do, we start with our gratitudes. And I saw these two online this morning. I go searching every morning as I'm doing my gratitude, and I really like this. My intent today is to expand the flow of abundance through the energy of gratitude, and gratitude is one of the most effective ways of getting in touch with your soul. And I think as we, go through life, these are great things to help us with our gratitude on a daily basis. So I hope that's helpful for you. And I wanted to remind everybody about their purpose and meaning. We have talked a lot about, our purpose the last couple of weeks, our chief aim, what we want to do. And I saw this map of meaning and I really liked it. And basically it's just a great reminder of what, purpose and meaning is all about. And if we can really start our day off that way, really thinking about what our purpose is, why we do what we do, and what we're doing to make that happen, it really takes a lot of the pressure off of, trying to make something happen that you're, it's not about the selling and all of that. It's more about, this is my purpose. This is why I do what I do. This is why it's important to me. And really remind ourselves and do the work of reminding ourselves. So I wanted to put that there. Let's see. Okay. I want to remind everybody that all of the activity that we're doing, all of the things that we're making happen, this month is going towards trip volume. And this is our trip. The trip volume goes until December 31st, 2017, and it accumulates each month. This is an example of somebody's, not mine, but somebody's trip volume. And in the first month, they got the double volume right when we came out of conference, which was great. And they continue to get customers and brand partners, and it's just cumulative. So whatever you're bringing into the business, this is going to accumulate, and you can see this in your back office. And it's great to be able to track. It's pretty motivating to watch the wheel continue. So if you don't know where that is, you can find it on the leadership dashboard, and you can help your brand partners. You can now see it in the sponsor tree where the list is of trip volume, and you can put it in order of people that have trip volume. It's a great way to congratulate people on what they're up to and what they're doing. And you can see that as a leader as you're doing it. And of course, that tomorrow is inventory day, and this is we're going to go over all of that tomorrow. So, okay, you guys, I'm so excited because we have a guest speaker today. And, this is what is so wonderful about this group is that we have the ability to bring into here lots of different people and lots of different leaders to be able to share information. And, I met Carol Kline a few years ago when we started in the business. We were on a plane coming home from the Dallas Bash. And she sat next to me on the plane, or I sat next to her on the plane, and I pretty much talked to her the whole way back because I'm a nervous flyer, and Robert was reading his paper and ignoring me. But she was such a joy, and I found out so much about her. And so, one of the things, we never always know all of the things about the people that we are in business with at Nerium, but what's so incredible is that everybody, has something else that they've done or they continue to do. And Carol is a New York best-selling author of a bunch of these books. I couldn't fit them all onto the screen, so I put some there. And you guys should know that, this is another. I want her to tell you before she starts her thing about why somebody like Carol would want to do Nerium. So, Carol, I'm going to turn it over to you. I'm going to mute myself, and I just appreciate you so much for sharing with us today. You are awesome.
Okay, can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Okay, there I am. Hi. So thank you so much, Annie. Annie and Robert are some of my favorite Nerium gifts. I love that you do this every day. It's such a service for the people, because being in a mastermind to me is one of the most important parts of swimming upstream. I talk about this in my trainings. We're all going sort of against the way everybody else is going when they go to their job, and everything is sort of the way society expects them to be. And here we are doing something different, something that people may not understand. And so we need to, I always say we're like fish swimming upstream. Okay. We need to lock fins with the people swimming with us and remind ourselves, anchor ourselves every day in our intention, our purpose. And I love this call. Thank you so much for inviting me. The reason I got involved with Miriam, as you hear, I'm a writer. I had a great career, very successful. And my mentor, Jack Canfield, who was the principal founder of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series and also the Success Principles, which if you haven't read, I highly recommend. He says you should have multiple streams of income if you want financial freedom. So at the time Miriam fell into my lap, I was working as a writer and a writing coach, helping people write their books and writing my own books. And I heard about this because I was old and someone thought I might want to look better because I was in my mid 50s and starting to look faded and tired. So long story short, I loved the product. I saw the business model and thought, wow, this could be a great way for me to make a passive, leveraged, residual stream of income. And those three words are really important to people who have money, because most people have money, work really hard, and they don't have time. They may have money, but they don't have time. They don't have control of their life. I had to sit at a computer all the time and read and think, and I didn't get enough time to be outside and walking in nature and all the things that meant something to me, or sitting with my husband. So for me, it was just an opportunity, I thought, to create another income stream. So if you think, oh, that person doesn't need it, they have money, think again, because passive leverage residual is like, everybody's ears will perk up if you understand that they could possibly create an income stream like that. And I thought I'd make a few $100s, and that I like to say that income stream turned into a river of income for me. I took a sabbatical from writing 4 years ago, and I've been doing Miriam ever since. And it is one of the most kick butt personal development programs you could ever be on. And personal development was my field, professionally and personally, my passion in life. Growing. I don't like going to movies or reading books where the characters don't grow. And if you're thinking about writing a book, we can talk about that another time. But I want to just say that stories of growth are what move people, are what intrigue people, and what move people inside to be better people. So my experience with Miriam has been really amazing. I had no idea what I was getting myself into, truly. And I thought today what I could share with you that's made a difference for me and my team. And so I wanted to just say that this is a simple business. All we do is flap our lips. We're getting paid for referrals. And so, but there's three elements that I wanted to discuss and then talk a little bit about each one. And I know I only have a few minutes, so I'm going to make it really simple. And I think you've heard, what's her name? Amber. Talk about this from stage. Our business has three parts: get excited, share the product or opportunity using a tool, and follow up. And if you're weak in any of those places, your business won't go, just will not go. It's like a three-leg stool. And if any one of those legs isn't there, you'll topple over. So getting excited has to do with mindset. It is the most 95% of our business. And the reason people fail or succeed is because of mindset. Getting excited. And the biggest paradigm shift that you need to make to get to that excited place is the paradigm shift that you are offering something rather than getting something, trying to get something. You are offering something. You are offering an option for passive, residual, leveraged income. You're offering some product that could really change someone's life. You are offering a way for people to think better, look better. So when you come from a place of service, from your heart, and what you're offering that person, get excited is 95% easier. Because the thing that stops most of us is, I don't want to be salesy. I don't want to, be pushy. I don't want to be that weird person. And we're going to talk about that in the share part. But really, getting over yourself, there's a book that I highly recommend called Get Over Your Damn Self by Romy Neustadt. She's in another marketing company, but she's very successful, and she really tells it like it is. It is a no BS guide. And I found so much for me in there on getting excited, about mindset, about where I fool myself and where I tell myself, that I'm doing this business when I'm really not, when I'm not being authentic and honest with myself about how I'm cherry picking the things I like in the business and not doing the things I don't like. And it's like talking about, oh, I'm so good at this one leg of the stool, but if you don't have all three, it doesn't go anywhere, doesn't hold you up. So posture, energy, all of that is about getting excited. Share the product using the product or opportunity using a tool. And this is one of my very favorite things to talk about. In warm market, you really need to just keep being who you are, make this part of your identity, and don't give up. Don't quit. Don't get discouraged and just think, oh, I can't do this. What people look for is your energy about it. They take the cue from how you feel about your business. If you feel like a failure, if you feel embarrassed or apologetic, they're going to take that cue. If you are excited and know that you have got a tiger by the tail, that you have a gold mine, their energy is going to change. They're waiting for you to cave, given, whatever they come at you with. Or they don't even know, they're just ignorant. So you are the leader of your business. You are the one that sets the tone. And in my experience, warm market, I've had people sign up just because, enroll. I've sponsored people just because I'm still here after 5 years. They look on my Facebook page, and I don't go crazy with Miriam on my Facebook page, but I do, as part of who I am, it's part of my identity. I put it in. And I had somebody just say, yeah, let's talk. And I talked to her 2 years ago, and now she's involved because something had changed in her life. So one of my biggest tips for doing your business with cold market comes from one of the books that I wrote. It was called Love for No Reason. And doing that book, I found that it's become almost a spiritual practice for me to, whenever I'm outside, whenever I'm out around people, and I make that a part of my day. I don't sit in my house all day. It's very hard to do this business if you're not around people. So that's part of the job. Go somewhere, do something. And then as I walk around, there's a practice that it's a Buddhist practice, but it's just a spiritually enriching experience, to send love to people that you see. Wish them well, wish them free from inside your heart. You don't have to say a word. And then when that happens, your heart opens, you become magnetic, you become this wellspring of love. And people actually look at you differently because they can feel something. And then sometimes that leads to a conversation where your smile. My goal every day is to uplift as many people as I possibly can. Sorry, my computer lighting just went off. To uplift as many people as I possibly can. And I do that by finding something about them or about the day or about our surroundings to make them smile, to make them feel good about themselves, to see the positive. And that sometimes leads to a conversation. And that conversation, I listen. I ask about them and I listen carefully. What are they talking about? I listen for the need, and I listen to see if there's anything I can offer. So again, we start with beaming love, opens our heart, becomes magnetic. Then we might move, and it may lead to a conversation, it may not. If it doesn't lead to a conversation, you have at least opened your heart, you have at least made somebody else's day better. And then the next thing I do is I listen for the need, I start a conversation, and then if it turns out that I have something to offer them, I'll say, hey, have you heard this? Let me tell you about it. And I get their information. I tell them I'm going to send them a video or something about it, and then let's talk and set up a time to follow up, which leads us to the last part. I have another minute. Following up is so important because things change with people. People fall into one of three categories. They're either going to lead you to other people, they're going to become a customer, or they're going to see this the way you see it eventually. And all of that happens in time. When you open up a relationship with someone, and it could be something where you just say hi to them and tell them about your business, and they're like not interested at all, but something changes in their lives. We always reach back to people. Go back through your list, especially now with this new Go prospect. I've been going through my lists and doing the hot cold. You can, I forgot about that person. Look online and see where where meetings are happening. Now we have Zoom, call back people. So following up, being crisp and never leaving one interaction without setting up the next interaction is the secret to positive and powerful follow-up. And being professional. My last thing about that is don't make up stories about why people do what they do. If someone doesn't get back to you, you have a window into your own self-esteem. If you go, oh, I was weird, or they don't like this, or they didn't get back to you. That's the facts. The story you make up about it will determine whether you're successful or not successful in this business. So just know that you're a professional and you're offering them something. You have a moral obligation to offer them something. And that's all we need to do. And set a time. And if they don't respond, you keep your promise. You be impeccable with your word. Call them, leave a message, and just tell them. We could do a whole one of these about follow-up. But I just wanted to leave you with that. Simple business. Get excited. Share the product or opportunity using a tool and follow up. Thank you so much. 16 minutes. Yay.
Oh my God, Carol, you could go on for as long as you want. That's amazing. Amazing, amazing contact. You are just a gem and I adore you so much. So you guys, we're the masterminds. Do we have any questions, comments for Carol? Let's utilize this opportunity.
I do. It's Sharon. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I just have a comment. You just hit such a button with me about my whole life when you said, seriously, you said about don't make excuses, and if someone doesn't do or like or be or whatever they are, that has nothing to do with me. I mean, it's them. Thank you.
Absolutely. This is a test of how your own self-esteem, your own influence, your own anchored in your own being. It is the most powerful. There's a group of Buddhist monks who are brand partners because they see this as a totally powerful way to get over fear, resistance, and ego. Can I finish with one thing that I wanted to say I forgot?
Of course.
Okay. So I wanted to say, part of getting excited, and this has been absolutely amazing for me. I did a presentation in Iowa when I was there before conference. This is Youth Factor was our newest product. And I'm a researcher. I love it. And I decided to find out what Youth Factor did. And I did more research. And I don't recommend that you do this necessarily, but understanding this will change your posture. Our Youth Factor is the most amazing product for health, truly. And I did this research, and now when I talk to people, I have this feeling, and I say it like this: everybody over 45 should be taking that supplement. Everybody. Our mitochondria. I will be happy to come on another time and give you a 15-minute talk about Youth Factor, because you will never be the same about Youth Factor. You will walk out, and if you're not taking Youth Factor, get yourself on Youth Factor. Everybody over 45 should be taking the pill. The powder, if you already eat well, then it's, if you had to pick one, I would pick the Youth Factor supplement. But if you can do both, it's fantastic. But it is really and truly going to give you posture to understand how powerful what we have in that product. I have gotten so many customers just from having this attitude, like, I am telling you, this is going to help you, and not being gross or stupid about it in terms of being sensitive to what people are, how it lands for people, but also having that positive commitment, conviction. That's the word I wanted. That's it.
You're so right, Carol. It is so important to be a product of the product and really have that posture. I mean, I totally agree. And as an expert, when you're doing a 3-way call, like I did yesterday with Jessica and a young guy, who was a football player, having the posture of knowing what EHT did and having that, really that not selling, it was just all about, oh my gosh, this is why. And having that posture was, I think, one of the reasons why he got it. He got it in my voice. He understood it. So you're absolutely right. Okay. Well, anybody else have any comments?
Hey, Carol, it's Susan.
Hi.
First, Hi. Well, first of all, I was so excited when I saw your face pop up. So I love you so much, and thank you for joining us today. And it was so great. I guess for me, what I walked away with the biggest thing is, and again, you hear this, but sometimes you need someone as special as you to have it sink in, and getting excited part, but really being of service versus selling, and just having that mindset of this can help you, which just goes back to what you just said about the youth factor. You're being of service to someone, talking, giving them information on why they should be on this because it's going to help them. So just that service versus selling. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you.
Welcome. It's made all the difference. I feel I have a moral obligation to tell people about this, because who knows what their life is like? Who do you know? You don't know what people's struggles are. That thing about being kind, because we never know what someone's battling. Be kind in this way by offering them something, if it's appropriate. I had a coach who told me, because I got weirded out by, I got to go out and talk about Miriam and be a Miriam weirdo. And he said, no, you're going out to find experience. You're going out to find out where it's appropriate to tell people about Miriam. You don't do it when it's inappropriate. You do it when it's appropriate, and you create that appropriateness by listening and coming from a place of service.
Okay, that's so amazing. Anybody else have any comments or questions for Carol? I know you've made them speechless, Carol.
Well, I have a question. How do I see, I've commented, but chatting kind of thing, how do I see those comments once we hang up? Is that possible?
The chatting, no, but I can tell you that what I can see is so great, Carol.
No, you don't. Is there a way I can read them?
No, I think it's just the person who has the Zoom actually can see it.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. All right.
Carol, all you have to do is click the chat button down on the bottom of the screen and you can see the chat window.
Oh, okay. See, Randy knows more than I do.
Uh-huh. Oh, I see it now. Thank you. Oh, very good. Randy, you are a hero.
He is a hero. I think so too. All right, you guys. Well, listen, this was an amazing morning. Thank you, Carol, for spending time with us. This is usually the time where she is meditating, so I really am very grateful.
I got up really early and did my meditation already. So
yeah. And so I am just super grateful for you today, Carol. And I know each and every one of us here on the Zoom feel incredibly special that you were able to share your knowledge and everything. But it was great for all of us. I really appreciated it. And can't wait to see you this weekend. And I adore each and every one of you. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Inventory day.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Carol.
Bye. Thank you.
Carol, that was awesome.
I'm so glad.
Thank you, Carol.
Thank you, Carol.